Thank you very much. On behalf of the nearly 4,000 men and women of the Houston Fire Department and the many fire departments that we run in with, I would like to share some statistics with you that are not good. They're not positive. I'm going to read them here, but in 2012, the Houston Fire Department responded to 31,200 emergency vehicle accidents. That's our #1 call for dispatch. So far this year, we've already responded to 7,700 in just 3 months. 8,000 individuals were transported last year to hospitals because of motor vehicle accidents, and 30 of those were dead on arrival. Not good numbers. The mayor mentioned something that in her opening remarks that I think was incredible. She said we need to change the culture. And the best definition for culture that I ever heard was the way things are done around here. We need to change the way things are done around here when it comes to our driving, and we need to be much safer about it. So on behalf of the Houston Fire Department and all the responders, I would ask you that you help us not have to respond to those kind of incidents. Thank you very much.
If you feel like you just have to do some work on your way to the office in the morning, maybe you ought to think about riding Metro. Metro was part of this campaign. I'm glad to see when my Metro board members here, there are alternatives. Think about your use of time and how best to approach that commute. But just know that having that device in your hand is not the best way to go. You notice that we have some cartoons. Actually, I hesitate to call them cartoons. Graphic illustrations of this issue. They have been provided by Clyde Peterson, longtime editorial cartoonist here in Houston. And this has been a passion for Mr. Peterson for some time. He's not polite about it anymore. He's not willing to wait and see something happen. He wants it now. And he has been driving this initiative for some time. Clyde Peterson. Sorry.
That must make me the tough guy. I have what are titled here is Clyde's incredibly brief remarks, which I will mess up by telling you a little story before I start. Mr. Bernstein, this lady over here, Miss Hunt, we were talking before this started. She asked me how I had to get into this in the first place. Poor choice of words, but completely by accident. I was volunteering at the neighborhood school. I'm a professional neighborhood geezer these days. I was volunteering at the public school, and the meeting came up, and in the meeting someone says, we have to do something about texting and driving. And I said, texting and driving. Is somebody in the neighborhood texting and driving? Slow. They said, no, everybody everywhere is texting and driving. And I said, get out of here. Who would think they could do that? You can't text and drive. So from that beginning, I wound up in touch with the mayor. I wound up in touch with the legislature. I wound up in touch with the Secretary of Transportation. We're going to get this done. Now, for the benefit of you folks here, my incredibly brief remarks that were my original plan. There's a great comic who likes to use the line, you can't fix stupid. Texting while driving is about as stupid as anybody can behave anywhere, but especially behind the wheel. So the news story of the day is beginning now here in Houston. We're going to fix stupid. Thank you very much for being here.
I don't know if we can completely fix stupid, but that's one area. There's one area of stupid that we can definitely fix. I mentioned that my youth council was involved in this endeavor. I gave the charge to the mayor's youth council to how do we work on this, because again, our young people are really not the worst offenders because they're not driving yet, but they are the most prone to become offenders as they grow up because they are so used to these electronic devices. What can we do to intervene and get people engaged early? And they came up with their solution, which they're going to take to high schools across the city of Houston. And that is a plan to create a competitive video project with each school producing their own PSA, their own video about the dangers of texting while driving